What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles, welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files, special Sunday edition. Everything going on. There's no football, no Olympics, no NBA playoffs yet, and definitely no March Madness. So, decided let's get on here, talk a little bit about some action figures. Now, I'm sure since it's Sunday, and I don't normally do this, there's not going to be a ton of people hanging out. So, thank you for those of you who are live. What's up, James Green? Glad to see you here hanging out with us. For everybody chilling, watching later on the replay. Snake Eyes, what's going on? How are you on this fine Sunday? Hope you all had an awesome weekend so far. One thing, want to make sure y'all knew, this is kind of sort of breaking news, but right now on Amazon, one of my affiliates, the Cobra Eel is actually back in stock. Just had to swing down to the other options, new and used, go here, and dramatic music. It's actually still here right now that you can grab the original non-retro version of the eel for $24.99, back to normal regular price. Doesn't seem like there's any pre-order, so you can put it in your cart and grab it and add it to your collection right now, especially if you don't want to wait to get the retro version. You like that one, and then here is the link that you can go check it out right there. So there you go, everybody. Phantasm Wolves, what's going on? What's up, Jeffrey? Long time no see. Excited for the new wrestling figures. Great Mood is going to be a get, as well as this new Abdullah the Butcher from Zombie Sailor Toys. I hope that I still have the picture up, because yeah, I'll talk about wrestling figures. I can definitely do that with you as well. Let's see here. I did, yes, great. But yeah, you mentioned Zombie Sailor Toys, and I really want them to just do 6-inch versions, because they're doing amazing head sculpts. And this one from WrestleMania weekend with a 2 Cold Scorpio, absolutely one of my big figure wants. Looks outstanding. Now, I would love to get a 6-inch 2 Cold Scorpio, with those blue tights, those light blue tights, and a little hole in the front. I kind of had his shredded tights. I love that look for him. And then maybe a gold chase if Mattel were doing it, so we could get 2 gold Scorpio along with that ECW classic TV title belt. They showed Henry O. Godwin, Hog, Francine, franchise, Shane Douglas, a Sandman. I was really excited to see this, because it's like, okay, cool. This means that even if Zombie Sailor Toys gets somebody, that doesn't preclude Mattel from doing them in figure form as well. And that's the shirt I kind of wanted to see Sandman rocking. This one with him with the cane, bear in another hand. And that'd be really cool to see that in figure form. So, one way or the other, we'll get that. Tom Finn, 2018. You're asking this question after I spent most of my weekend sorted accessories. Exactly. So that's the question. Start coming up with your answers on this. I'm so happy to see that you like Fallout Snake Eyes. Good deal. Ryan Daly, what's up? What's up, Figure Files? How are you, my friend? Happy Sunday. Hopefully y'all have had a good weekend. But yeah, I mean, great stuff going on with the news of this Cobra Eel back in rotation. Phantasm Wolves says, what got me excited for this Abdullah is not only it's a 6-inch figure, but also his body type is much more accurate to his in real life counterpart. Hopefully we'll get more 6-inch figures like Sabu or Ahmed Johnson. Yeah, because we're not going to get one from him from Mattel. I have my Ezekiel Big Rick standing in as an Ahmed Johnson stand-in. He wore red tights, so I'm like, I haven't done any of the actual work to make him a full custom, but he is there and available. Ryan, Jeff, did you see that Amazon says She-Hulk is shipping May 2nd? Good grief. Last time I looked over there, she was ridiculously further along than I expected and anticipated. But when I last looked, she was still June. And now she's gone. Good grief. This is nuts. I mean, this is going really hard to keep track of all these figures, isn't it? What's up, Jay? How are you tonight? So yeah, I just see this, Ryan. May 2nd. And at the rate she's going, like months are getting shaved off this release price. Dang it. Initially, they were July, and then it was June. I think it was June 2nd, and now it's May 2nd. Jeez, that is tough. And Ryan, you're saying Amazon has all the Joes and Iron Man retros on May 30th, except She-Hulk says May 2nd. Wow. Crazy, crazy times in this collecting game because it's, with those pre-orders, it was kind of easy to navigate. All right, I got to set this aside for this point and when this point comes. But now it's like, hey, it's like the Wild West out of here. It's like we've got ghouls we got to chase down with our guns because they're going nuts with these pre-order prices or release dates jumping from the summer to, hey, what do you guys think about spring? And for these figures, it's cool, but it's like, man, it's hard to gauge and how to set up your budget accordingly. Phantasm Wolves, as far as other wrestling figures, hype we get more CM Punk, then some ECW love, finally from Mattel, like the Dudleys and Sandman, plus love in the Ultimate Edition, Monday Night Wars, Mankind. Did you get that figure? Or is he out yet? I think I would love that figure a lot more if he was a Target exclusive. I'm very displeased that Walmart has those exclusives. It's just tricky and really rough on that front. Ryan, the Silver Surfer count as one of HasLab Galactus's accessories. Well, I didn't put any rules to it, so once I open it up, you guys can whatever you choose. This is totally up for debate. Whatever you guys want to decide for these figures. Not putting any limitations, any restrictions on that. And according to my good buddy Preternia, the Walmart Transformers retros are clearance now, and you get the Sideswipe Studio Series Sideways and RC for $9.49. Point Blank and Crankcase available too. So lots of options, a lot of stuff are coming out a lot sooner than we expected. And just really, really wild on that front because it's like, wow, okay. How are we going to manage? Henry G. Hey, Jeff, Sunday stream. Yeah, I decided to try it. I don't have any Sunday obligations until football season kicks in, at which point I'll be yelling at my TV going, Ref, that was a hold. Yeah, so while I got a few moments, I decided to do it. I did have a good weekend. Hopefully you had one as well. Looking forward to this Iron Man retro wave, which might arrive tomorrow at the rate that these pre-orders are changing. Phantasm Wolf says not yet on the Ultimate Edition Mankind. Hope to get it. Got this Attitude Era shelf that has Ultimate Edition Stone Cold, The Rock, and Triple H standing in front of a giant WWF scratched light logo. That's cool. Let's see how that turns out. Jeff, I need figures of the Ghoul, Lucy, and Maximus. Well, I've got news for you because my good friend Matt showed me that he's already got figures of these guys for you. Oh, let me see here. Looks like he's got figures of all of them. Now, of course, I won't be able to find this. Maybe I should just go to McFarlane's site, the toy store. Let's see. Let's not, for a change, go to DC Multiverse. Let's go on to Fallout, which I would assume that he would have as part of the featured stuff on the website. Not so much. All right, so here you go. Now, unless you wanted a fully articulated version of these guys. But yeah, he's got you covered. At least for now, he's got Maximus, and these are all fully posed, so you can't do much. Kind of like his movie Maniacs. You got Lucy, she's still available, and the Ghoul, he's sold out. Surprisingly, right? So there you go. No articulation. They're just how they are. But if you wanted to have them in your collection, McFarlane has you covered with these guys. And I don't know how much movement you want out of them, but there you go. So options abound for you on that front. All right. Not a big setup on this one. This question comes courtesy of a good friend of the channel, Blake Tarpley, who was like, hey, I was unboxing my Giant Man and Wasp 2-pack from Marvel Legends and the Quinjets and Awesome Accessory. what are some of the best accessories that have been included with figures that you've picked up? I said, well, I'm not gonna just answer that. Let's put it out to the full chat. And everybody's watching or watching the replay wherever, whenever, wherever you're watching. So I decided let me grab a list and pull out figures that were easy to get to in the collection and show them off in terms of which ones had great accessories. And I didn't have any rules on this. It was just kind of a, yeah, this was a really awesome accessory they included with this figure, or this thing is amazing. And I'll just start showing a few of them on hand. And then there's some others that I have. Let me see here. I can pull up a picture because I just thought they were really cool and really awesome to show in full. Oh, that's funny. I go because I see a picture that I shot, and it's like, oh, there you go. But it's someone's just borrowed my photo for something else. So one of my favorites came way back when Mattel did Elite. What series is this? Way back in the day. Of course, I don't have the actual list. I think it was maybe 28 or something like that. But it was a great set of accessories and two of my absolute favorite pieces that just made so much sense to come with these figures. And I'm talking about APA, Acolyte Protection Association. They came with everything they needed. So Farouk came with, let me try to make this bigger. He came with the APA door, and it comes with a frame so people can actually open it and walk through. Comes with a steel chair with APA on the back. Bradshaw comes with a broken table. I wish Mattel had figured out a way to kind of hide the crack, because you got to get really creative in terms of hiding that crack on there. But I thought these were awesome accessories. This is one of those times where, yeah, how we're gonna get them. And this is one of those where I really felt like I got my money's worth out of them, because it's like perfect. I don't need anything else with the APA, with the acolytes, but these accessories. And I thought it was really cool that we got that. And here's a shot you can see here. And I gave those figures a 5 out of 10 because Fruit's skin tone wrong, and Bradshaw is terrible articulation. But these accessories are awesome. They're really good and just really helpful, really useful, not just for those figures, but they also work when I want to do my Avengers card poker game. So it's really useful in any kind of context, not just for wrestling figures. Tom Finn says, extra heads for me, especially when it comes to getting both mass and unmasked heads, like we did on the Giant Man and Wasp set characters. I agree. And, it's cool to get an angry, intense head sculpt in addition to the neutral expression, because that way you can really mix it up. And I think that's another thing that Mattel has done really well with their Ultimate Edition line, because we're getting that regular default. We're getting like a more personality showing one, like the Rock cocking people's eyebrow, or yelling, I've got somebody in a sharpshooter, I'm about to plant the rock bottom down. That's great. It's really awesome to see that. So yeah, those are two great examples. Ryan says Walmart exclusive Doctor Strange had great accessories. He did. Two alt heads, alt spell casting hands, books of Ashanta and Darkhold, and an axe for some reason. I know that was such a weird inclusion, but it was like, this is cool. Not going to argue with that. And since I actually have that up, I have that figure. There we go. That's an easy one to pull up and go like, yeah, man, you're dead on. And then, I love that they threw in alternate head sculpts for him, but I was just kind of confused as to why the hairstyle was totally different. That's definitely something I hope the Marvel Legends team will kind of address later on with figures with alternate head sculpts, because we got Banshee, he's got one with the deep mutton chops, sideburns going, one without. One has a yelling expression, the other doesn't. I guess maybe when he's yelling, he just loses the sideburns, but I love to see a little bit more consistency on that front. Here's Doctor Strange with his amazing slew of accessories. He's got two head sculpts. One is the superhero mask version, which was really interesting time frame for the character, but they threw it in. Got some grabbing hands, the meditating spell casting head sculpt, the wand of a tomb, this axe, and this is not some chump bogus one. They threw in a lot of great details of that, the spell casting effects, and yeah, they really went off with this. But I realized you said the some books, so maybe we're not thinking of the same one, Ryan. Is this the one you're talking about? There we go. Sorry. Katie Hunter, what's going on? I have these in my display that I'm looking at right now. Door and table. No, I've lost the chair. Well, the chair is helpful in the sense that any wrestling figure works because you can just throw the chair in and you're not going to see the back of the chair. They're sitting in it. So it's all good. Jay Wood says best accessories that came with the figure in my collection has to be the Silver Centurion from Marvel Select. Really? That's interesting. Let me see here. I don't remember what that one came with. Marvel Select. That's gonna be fun. I'll try to pull these up as I'm actually going through it. All right, let's see. This is all the gear that he came with. Let's see how this one has a pretty good slate of accessories on that front. I'm not gonna argue with you on that, Jay. A good amount of stuff here. We've got a Tony Stark head sculpt. That's cool. We've got, geez, what, 4, 5? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of propulsion, repulsor blast effects. See, I love the fact that we've got different colors for those. That's really cool. We got this alternate head with the different eyepieces. That's really good. Can't knock that one. That's a really solid set of accessories there. JT Yoda. I'm using the screaming effect that came with the Marvel Select scroll on my Marvel Legends Banshee. Oh, Marvel Select scroll. All right, let's pull that up. I do feel like Marvel Select does some great work with their accessories. Is that the Super Scroll version? Oh, I see. Yes. And CMD coming through again with another clear, crystal clear shot of accessories. But yeah, I think that works pretty cool. If I had the Super Scroll or this scroll, that might be a good inclusion for me. Good idea with this JT Yoda. It's very nice there. And this is like mirroring Black Bolt. So yeah, that makes sense. It's cool. So it fits in all right. That's helpful because it does kind of feel like something's missing without that accessory piece for Banshee. Then Doom, I can't ever find the wrestling figures I want. The Suka with her new clown look. We still got old Warrior Ultimates out here in the 303. I might have some help for you there on that front because I was pretty sure when I was browsing earlier to see what was on sale from all the gang. Yeah. I'll pull this up for you. That Oscar figure is so cool. And when I saw that look, I said, wow, that's gonna be a cool figure. And Bill was like, you're right, it's gonna be a really cool figure. And so Vin Doom, here you go. That's the Oscar link for you. And here she is. Let's go here. Pull her up and the ultimate editions are almost unfair in this category because all of them have really great accessories and she's got that awesome head sculpt there. She's got all kinds of cool expressions, the dragon mask. This robe is amazing. And they just really knocked her figure out. So much great paint deco. But yeah, her accessories are amazing. I mean, you see the little fur portion there, in addition to that great pattern going on. Awesome work with her. So yeah, definitely happy with how that turned out. Henry G. I don't know if anyone mentioned this, and I know the price point commands more, but Mezco is king of accessories. Yeah, on both counts. They really run the accessories game, but with the price, you should expect a lot more. Snake Eyes, I'm not sure what you're talking about with the holsters from the Deadpool movie. Right. Oh shoot, I think those books came with the retro card Doctor Doom. I got confused because I had the displays. Yeah, exactly. It's funny because I was going through And I have my Bray Wyatt figure from, I think it's Elite 28, 22, one of the two. And I was like, oh man, this guy has so many great accessories. He's got his hat, he's got his cloth shirt, he's got the rocking chair. And then I was looking to pull it up. I was like, oh, he didn't actually come with a rocking chair. That came with Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. And so I was like, okay, he didn't have everything, but I would never have remembered that he didn't come with a rocking chair. So there's just some stuff makes more sense to go with characters, and you totally forget who came with what or what came with which character. Harry G. Oh, there you go. I already got that one. Vin Doom says, I think the best accessories I've got were the Furry Planet, Master Wing, and the Mezco Bishop figures. What'd they come with? JT Yoda, the scroll screaming effect takes a little effort to fit in, but it looks, I would imagine it would look pretty cool. So that's nice to hear. Ryan says the late Indiana Jones Adventure Collection came with pretty good accessories. Short round came with the Indie Voodoo doll. Oh, that's cool. That line, what was the deal? Is it just the fact that they couldn't do all the bad guys with an Indiana Jones theme line? We don't want to offend anyone, but that would seem kind of dumb to not have all the characters that they should have if they're going to start, because that's the kind of thing where it's not going to be a case where people are going to be like, okay, whatever. Spelling is all off today. All right, let's try one more time. There we go. I'm finding things harder to track down on Hasbro Pulse these days. Don't know about you all, but let's just go here back to Amazon. And then we got a whole bunch of figures from him, and then all of a sudden it was gone. Oh, it looks like he sold out of Amazon too, so I cannot pull this up, or at least quickly, but I will take your word for it. I would love to see what that looks like, though. Anytime, Vindum, here to help. Marvel fan, hello, just got here. Welcome to the party. Snake Eyes Best Accessories comes with a deluxe edition Figma Link from Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Nice. Jay Woods, I was thoroughly impressed with the accessories that came with my Revel Tech Thor. All right, y'all. Y'all got it. Y'all, I don't know all this stuff. So tell me what accessories came with which so I can bask in that excitement with you all. Casket of Cruelty. Marvel fan. When Hasbro releases Banshee green suit, I think that will sell out immediately. Well, I know I'll be pre-ordering or ordering the way they're doing things now. And another figure that I think has really awesome accessories is this guy, the DC Icons static figure. He actually came with his manhole, and back in the day in the comics, this was his main mode of transportation. And I didn't attach it, but he actually comes with a lightning base, so you can rest static on top of it. Mine tends to fall off a lot, but he's got a lightning base, so you can put him on there. The only thing missing from this figure was his leather trench coat, but very cool in terms of accessories. The DC Icons figures were awesome on that front, just packing so much, so many cool accessories that made sense. It was like, oh, that's awesome. That's a line I really wish didn't end as quickly as it did, because they did awesome work and awesome figures. G Brew, this is a simple thing, but I was so excited that the Plasma Series Egon came with his PKE meter. But the best might be the Fairy Rage Toy Samurai Force Spring Leo, Autumn, Donnie, and the Master. All right. Jay Wood says Revel Tech Thor came with an unprecedented set of lightning effects that work with Legends and Select. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Revel Tech Thor. I imagine they've done more than one Thor, right? Is there a particular one that I should look for? All right, let's see. Our good friends at Big Bad Toy Store have a picture at the ready for me with this lightning. Ah, okay. Let's see. Oops. I assume and hope that this is the one you were talking about, Jay. It does look cool. If you came with all that and if it fits on the Thor, that's pretty cool too. See one on Mjolnir and other parts that just wrap around his body. That is pretty cool. Jack Sparrow. That's good stuff. Does anyone know what happened to the Jaja Classified Retro Scarlet release? What do you mean? Are you not able to find the figure? Because I have her, reviewed her, had no problems with her. She was one I definitely considered just because of her accessory allotment with the ponytail, no ponytail for a complete vintage look. But let me check here for you. I didn't know anyone was having any problem. And the only issue, of course, is if you try to find these figures at Target and your Target didn't have them on the shelves, you have to ask them for help. But yeah, like right this moment, she's available on Amazon. So you can get her. Not sure if your stores don't have her, but she's available. I didn't check on Pulse, but you shouldn't have too much issue finding her. Jibber the Master being a thinly veiled splinter. Gotcha. Thank you. Snow glare. Mine always falls off. The lightning too. Good idea, not the best execution. I was wondering because it was like, man, this is really cool, but I'll wake up in the morning to some boom. Like, what was that sound? And then like days later, oh, it was static. He fell over and knocked over some more of the DC Icons figures. Yeah. Ryan Daly, I think most collectors would love a dope Indiana Jones, but it's not a line people need to collect every character. Hasbro tried to change that with the build an artifact gimmick, but it didn't work. Yeah, I think with other lines having better success with that with characters, that was going to be a tough ask for casual collectors to go all in for those. Excuse me. Vin Doom. Oh man, that static is awesome. He is. And I will always say this that the DC Icons line was made. I think if these figures had gotten out at retail, they would have done so well and just delivered, and people would have been so excited about this. But their DC direct line, wow, just will not focus in so we can see them, so I can show them off better. But yeah, gosh, that sucks. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this camera focusing for figures, I promise. Yeah, but I mean, it was really good. The Firestorm had good stuff. John Stewart, Joker, Deathstroke, they all had great accessories and good posability. It was just, you had to get them at your comic stores. They were at Target or Walmart. I think this line would still be going today. Jibber, all the Mayfax figures I've acquired have come with some great accessories. I would second that. And to me, they're all really good. But the one I was most impressed with was the Catwoman figure from Hush, because they gave her a swappable torso piece. Because in the comic in Hush, Jim Lee would draw her with the whip wrapped around her waist. And rather than just saying, hey, you take the whip that we're throwing in here, you can wrap it around her body. Mayfex made that a separate piece. So you just swap it out. There was the whipless torso part, and then they have one with it already wrapped. Now, of course, I had to go, wait, I can't have her posing with the whip with the torso whip setup, but it was really cool. Totally an unnecessary thing, but they went for accuracy, which I really appreciate, and that was just really cool. Marvel fan, I'm definitely picking up that new cable. Nice. That is the Thor you're talking about. Awesome. Ryan says Pulse or Amazon push back the Scarlet release. I think easier to find her in stores like GameStop or Target. Oh, okay. That's interesting. When everything else is going, they're shooting way past their pre-order date. Scarlet got pushed back. Snake Eyes says Link comes with the Master Sword and the shield, hooded cape glider, and bow and arrow, the weird little circle thing. You can put Link in it. Okay, cool. Kenta Kristovsky. Did you ever get Icon Splash? Yes. I always thought that was a dope accessory. I had most of the Icons line. I really, really was into it. There were some like that Mr. Miracle that they put out in the first wave. And I'm like, this is wrong. Why are you putting this guy out first? You want people to buy this stuff, right? I mean, it's a really odd choice. And there were other figures that they didn't put out, didn't get to. It was like, really? We got this Mr. Miracle from, was it 52 over some of these other ones? But yeah. And this was an easy pull in the old collection on the website. So here you go. My DC Icons Flash. Just further talking about those great accessories those figures came with. And he's got two swappable hands. Of course, one chopping / running hand, which is essential for any Flash figure. And The sculpt on this guy was awesome. It's just really fun. He got treads on the boots, and there he is. This is BFF. But and then it was kind of funny because he was like the same height as the Too Small DC Classics Captain Cold, but he fit in pretty well against that Solomon Grundy and Gorilla Grodd. But anyway, check out the Cosmic Treadmill, which was an amazing inclusion into it. Here you go. I mean, this was so cool. And it's small. It's not a 2 scale treadmill, but it was just such a fun thing to have, to be able to put your Flash figure on the Cosmic Treadmill and just you're good. So I love that line so much, and I really wish they'd done more. But yeah, totally. I got that. The Superman with his robot Kellex, just so much stuff. Jeeper, my brother loves Indiana Jones. He only got the main Indian, Dr. Jones Sr. He didn't care about any of the other characters. So did he just not like the figures, or just only cared about the indie characters that they put out? If in Doom, that started was during my over 25-year collecting hiatus. Man, that was a long time of commitment to not collecting. I know my wife would be happy if I did that, but yeah, it's pretty. You missed out on some cool figures. Katie Hunter says, have a look at what super action stuff is releasing. Kind of new to the game, but I'm pretty sure that that's all they make is action figure set. Action figure effects just got their Casket of Cruelty. You know, their website there, Katie. Check them out. Marvel fan, what is my favorite place? Where is my favorite place to get action figures? Whoever has what I want for cheapest. I guess I like going to Target simply because they tend to stock figures. Walmart's terrible. Maybe they'll have something like every 10th trip. So they're not great. GameStop can be a really good source of figures. My local comic book store, Third Eye Comics, they do really good in terms of stocking stuff up. So, you know, if a wave's coming, they've got it. And they're whatever they get the stuff, it's a firm release date, so it's not something of but yeah, they're really good about it. So I actually like going there, and they have a good amount of sales too. So yeah, those are my places. How about you? Where do you go? My favorite action figure line right now, this exact moment in time. Uh, the line represented by this guy, and I could have picked up one of several right on my desk, but this line right now, that's my favorite. Now, Marvel Legends is doing some really good stuff, and they might make it 1B by the time the year is over, but I don't think Jojo's gonna get dethroned anytime soon. Chamberlain, what's going on, man? I've been missing out. What's up? You know, we're just talking about the best accessories that have come with figures. You're not late, so if you got any suggestions, feel free. Snake Eyes, Mezco Doctor Doom figure. Yeah, I mean the Mezco stuff, they're just overflowing with accessories. I put Mayfex right in that same category too. Super 7 really does include a lot of accessories. I wish their figures were better quality so I could feel better about moving and posing them, but they have a lot of great accessories. And another one, and Super 7 just released this one, but this is the Playmates version, the Man Called Scorpio. And you know, the Simpsons line, they had some really awesome accessories. You could tell the people working on the line were fans of the show because they were just throwing random like clipboards with really funny notes in there. I mean, everyone had really good, cool stuff. And then the play sets, great details, great little accessories there too. So it comes with this backpack flamethrower. And this is really cool. And I know he had more than this, or maybe this is the celebrity line, so maybe that's all he had. But so many great Simpsons figures had awesome accessories. Also wanted to mention the Palisades, Fozzie Bear. That whole line, of course, was loaded with great accessories. But Fozzie was probably my favorite just in terms of what he came with. I was rearranging the display not that long ago, and I was like, man, this dude had some awesome accessories, and they put so much work in. Let's see here. So we've got an eBay. Oh, actually, here we go. Let's go to the Amazon listing. So you guys can be like in shock, in amazement of how much this line is coming through with in terms of what you got. So $74.99. Not exactly the easiest line to get into now, but check this out. He comes with a chicken. He's rubber chicken. That's awesome. He's got a hat, which every time I put it on him, it just makes me laugh because this is so waka 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 Fozzie Bear. So he's got the big nose, the mustache, the glasses. He's got a mic stand, so you can use that with other stuff too. And I think he's got a joke book too. I thought he did. Maybe he doesn't. Stan hat logo. So there's his hat. It's magnetic. So that sits in and you can position it whichever way you want. Oh, it's not he didn't have the joke book. So on the Muppet Stage Playhouse, there's a guest check-in book, and Fozzie Bear's signature has a little heart and smiley face. It's so on brand for Fozzie. But the Palisades Muppet line was so awesome, so amazing, so much love for the brand and the line that I was really happy I got those figures. Henry G, I like DC Icons line so much. Great accessories for sure. I was hoping McFarlane would at least release those last few. Yeah, man. They were announced but canceled at the end, but I doubt it because we were finally getting to a next level with those figures. We were going to get a Jim Valiant, Catwoman, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold. Yes. Captain App. No, we did get Captain App. We were going to get a Sinestro, right? Because we didn't get him before. Etrigan the Demon. They were really about to launch what I thought would have been a really strong next set of figures. So yeah, they were, very disappointing in the sense of, oh man, we are so close to getting figures. They're going to take this thing to the next level. We didn't get them, and nothing else on that front. Patrick, how you doing out there? How about a vid on the Icons line? I will do that. I was curious if there was going to be much interest, but yes, since you mentioned it, and I can never talk about Icons enough. Let's do it. I'll put it on my agenda for some point this coming week. 80s Kid, Jeff doing a stream on Sunday. I'm shaking everything up. It's anarchy over here, 80s Kid. Glad to see you as always, my friend. Jay Woods, regarding accessories that came with Marvel Legends, Black Widow came with a tray full. I mean, you'd almost have to be more specific because the Black Widow figures have really come with some great stuff. But the recent one, of which I only have her heads on my desk at this particular moment, this is great stuff from Hasbro with that Ultimate Edition, basically Black Widow figure. The idea we should get with all of them. Snowglare, Henry G, I was thinking the same thing. Weird that the Batman the Animated Series line got a continuation, but nothing else from DCC. Unlucky. And I really, really feel like if they were to do Icons, he could see like, oh, there's a true market for this because most of those figures are compatible with the Mayfex stuff, like I think I took a picture, but the Harley Quinn from Icons, she works in just perfect with the Mayfex figures. Actually, let me see here. I think that won't be as hard as I originally thought to show how smoothly and how easily they work in. All right, let's see here. Let me see if I can pull this up. There we go. All right, so here's the Hush Catwoman from Mayfex. And let's see. I think I put Harley Quinn in this so you guys can see that she was actually right in scale. No, of course not. That'd be too easy. So here she is with the DC Classics Poison Ivy, but I did not put her with Harley. Oh, here you go. So you can see this is the Icons Harley Quinn and how well she fits with the Mayfex figure. So I think there is some real potential for them doing it. And here's a better shot. So you can really see, I think the Icons, there's so much potential if someone, McFarlane, were to bring that line back, especially since they were characters they were about to do that was going to really go, oh, yes, finally. Ryan, Mezco Mr. Fantastic for the stretched limbs accessories. Yeah, that is a clear winner. Tom Finn Icons was so good the first few waves. Too many issues, scale for sure. Time between releases, no big box retail, general DC ill will, rest in peace to overcome. Yeah, it was just craziness. And if they just come out at a different time, I think they would have been so much better. Marvel fan. Also, my favorite place is GameStop or Amazon. Yeah. I mean, Amazon, you got to count in there, right? 80s kid. Has become my favorite figure line. Nice. Mine too. Doc Avenger. I feel the same way. Joe's, Marvel Legends, Cosmic Legion, AWOC. Yeah, good stuff, right? This is a good sign if you're collecting figures. Being a fine figure. What's going on, my friend? Jeeber, I got the Super 7 Captain Picard. The head sculpts are great. The accessories are fantastic. But his elbows can't. Yes, it's so frustrating because they understand all those little extras, those whoever thought we would ever get this in action figure accessory form. But the basic thing of the figure is the one thing that's missing with their presentation of their stuff. But oh man, they do great work with their accessories. And it can't be posed naturally. And you can't even get to make it so pointing. It's just that's the problem with that line. I swear. Damon Knight. What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, Damon? How are you tonight? Tom Finn. Ooh, Marvel Select. Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic. That's the way you do accessories. From now on, that's how you do accessories. Who got that movie reference? Snowglare, Palisades, and their legendary Kiss Snowglare. Palisades, that Muppets line is just it's close to action figure line perfection you could possibly ask for. And they showed us the Super Grover, and like, we're getting a Sesame Street line. They showed a picture of Big Bird and Ernie, I think Elmo in Toy Fair magazine. That was so hype. I'm like, oh man, we're getting Sesame Street based off the same style as the Muppets. It's gonna be awesome. Not to be, sadly. Jamelin, I'm with you on Palisades. Muppets, one of my favorite toy lines. The Stalker version 2 might be my absolute favorite figure accessory combination. Which Stalker version? Oh. Real American Hero version. It was pretty cool. I mean, that whole kayak deal. I mean, it was really fun. Let's go to the good friends over at 3D Joe's to show off the coolness of Stalker version 2, which was the Tundra Ranger version. And he really did have some cool stuff. Love their turnarounds. I mean, the gun he's got is cool. He's got this big machete style knife to break up ice. But this is the most insane, awesome accessory that a figure could come with. He's got a kayak and he could actually plug it into his back. It's got a machine gun. How strong is Stalker? But man, and he's got a little mask on here too. I want to see this I want to see this look so bad in classified series. I think this is from the 89 wave. So I need to break that down with this whole roster. But yeah, he's for sure. And rock and roll was in this wave with him. And we had that really cool Snake Eyes, a great rock and roll. We had Stalker. So it was a home run line. And that didn't even include Hardball. It's a really interesting lineup of Joes because we've got. Wait, I think this is carrying over. So yeah, this was a really cool one. Anyway, Stalker, I do want to see big time in classified series. Yeah, I mean he's one of the second best redo makeover versions of a Joe. I think my favorite will always be Snake Eyes with his version 2 look, but Rock and Roll, Stalker, Grunt had a low-key decent one too, but those were exceptional. G Brew, I remember the first time I saw an American Werewolf in London and saw what Frank Oz actually looked like. It blew my mind. Never would have guessed Yoda, Fozzie, Miss Piggy looked quite like that. Snake Eyes. There's one thing I'm upset that Mesco Doctor Doom did not come with, and that is his throne. What are you using for his throne? Speaking of thrones, another one that I have on my show and tell version of this is the Storm Collectibles Shao Kahn with his throne of bones. These are some massive giants he's got as skeletons. This figure is just awesome anyway, but throwing in this throne, and it wasn't like a dragon. So this is really cool and definitely a great accessory piece for him. So you can actually have the big bad sitting there watching the tournament play out and get ready to cause some mayhem once it's time for him to join the fight. Marvel fan, what Marvel Legends are you going to pre-order or attempt to pick up? For me, it's the Cable, that Kingpin, Wolfsbane, and probably figures from when they released Wave 3 of X-Men 97. Um, so many. Yeah, all of the Iron Man retro wave. I might have to cancel my pre-orders because those figures are coming way faster. I got the money to pay for. What else? Oh, Angel. I still need to get Angel. Um, Whatever we see tomorrow is looking pretty good. And I'm with you. I'm very curious to see what we'll get from X-Men 97 in terms of a third wave. That show is amazing, and there's so many other characters they've already shown who could make for good figures in the line. So I assume we'll see some eventually. G-Brew, oh yeah, that Marvel Legends Target 2023 Black Widow's accessory loadout was incredible for a mass market figure. So good. I mean, it was just wow, all this in one. And then to get the figure for 13 bucks, she was totally one that was worth that additional. I think they were selling her for $27.99, and I would have bought her for that price, but then she was nowhere to be found. Excuse me. And then when she showed back up on the shelf again, she was $13.99. Like, wow, that was a dramatic swing of a microphone, basically showing my excitement for copying that Black Widow. But absolutely. Kenta, I keep sleeping on it, but that Diamond Select Swedish Chef, it's too late to apologize. With all the kitchenware on the table, is up there, and just in terms of number of accessories. So they knocked that out too, huh? I'm curious because the Palisades one, great stuff. Let me see here. It is pretty good. Excuse me. All right, let's pull them up so everyone can see. Good stuff there. Only comes with God. Keep Gonzo out of there. Keep him out of the kitchen. But yeah, that is, we got the tennis racket, we got the crying onions, the tomatoes. That's a really good amount of accessories for this line. Yes, that is pretty good. You know, I just wish, I mean, I feel like that line, they should just do the Muppets, the Sesame Street characters that I can pair up with them, because they're always going to be uphill trying to catch Palisades. But I think they did a really good job in terms of doing amazing figures for people who missed out on them. So yeah, totally good stuff there. 80s kid. I'm hoping we get Captain America in the 97 Marvel Legends X Wave 3 due to the newest trailer. Maybe. I haven't even seen that trailer. Vin Doom. I hear you, Jeffrey. I started collecting again 2 years ago because of McFarlane. Nice. I'm a huge Batman fan. My wife is wondering the same thing when I'm going to be done. Just have to look her in the eyes and say, Jamelin, I currently have Icon Static and Blue Beetle standing with my Mayfex figures. The team characters definitely work. Yeah. Yeah. And I have Blue Beetle too. He's a really fun figure. He seems so randomly out of place with the rest of those figures, though. George, what's up, Jeffrey? I'm off today. Finally caught you live. Glad to hear you. Glad to see you here on the live. I think Legends should do another deluxe War Machine, but with his War Destroyer cannon from Marvel vs. Capcom 1. So they've done that with Iron Man, right? Is it much different? I don't remember. But that would be a fun one. And with Cable and them going, hey, this Cable is from a video game for fans out there. It seems like that game's on their radar. So I wouldn't be shocked if we did see that. What are my thoughts on the Joker Mobile? I'm very curious about the Joker Mobile because it did not look like Joker could actually sit in the Joker Mobile, which seems kind of defeating the whole purpose of anything with Joker in a hot rod, and he can't even drive it or act like he's driving it. So that was really weird because no picture showed him in there, which was worrisome, concerning. Yeah, so here you go. This is the easy one to track down. But I mean, we got him sitting here on the outside. Shout out Ellie Goulding. So he's standing there. Riddler is actually in the driver's seat. I really think this trench coat is what's hindering Joker. So I guess maybe some other Joker figures would work, but I think it's really silly to show off Joker in a Joker mobile and not engineer it so he can actually sit in there. That is really odd and really weird. So hopefully we'll see some pictures because it makes sense to not have him driving it. And Beltran. Hi Jeff. There was a DC Direct killing joke that wore Joker that wore a flower shirt that came with a camera, revolver, and a shot glass. Really on brand figure. I agree. I do think I remember that figure. Let me see if I can pull it up for everybody else. Direct killing. How are you today, by the way? When they wanted to, they were putting together some really, really good stuff in terms of accessories and likenesses. Getting that Brian Bolland likeness. Let's see here. The Secret Files version or the one with Batman? All right, let's see here. Which version to go with? Which one will be the easiest? All right, let's see. TNI has pictures up from their box set. Oh, I think this is it. All right, here we go. So yeah, that's cool. That the shirt, the Bermuda shorts, the camera, the shot glass, and the gun. Back in the good old days when figures could come with their weapons of destruction. G-Brew, like, why have Picard come with a cup of Earl Grey if he can't even pose drink? Exactly. It's like they come up with these ideas for accessories, and then, hey, is it going to look good? Don't worry about it. They're not going to care, but we do care. Ironic. Bionic, what's up? The Marvel Select cap includes some cool stuff. You're right. Let's pull that one up too, because that would be a fun one to show off all of his cool accessories. Captain America. There we go. For some wacky reason, I thought that was gonna be really hard to find with all the different versions, but not as problematic as I thought it was gonna be. Which is nice. All right, let's do that now. Okay, here we go. Here's all the stuff. So he's got some scales, the shaded cowl, like I actually wanted to see. Then he comes with his shield, salute in hand, which is awesome. Then we go classic, fully retro Kirby version, triangle shield, sculpted stars, pointing USA, #1, Russia, Papui, Iran, #2. So there he goes. A little smirk on his face there. Unmasked portrait. That's cool as well. And yeah, that's a good amount of stuff. Now, did this figure come with a separate torso? I feel like he did, or showed that back in the day. Did that happen? Spider fan. Scarlet Spider was put back in stock on Pulse, and I missed the opportunity to buy one. It sold out again, like immediately. It's funny because he's one of the few I've seen in stores from that wave. Like I haven't seen Spider Shot or whatever the Last Stand Spider-Man is. No Hallows Eve, no Jack-o'-lantern, but I saw Scarlet Spider in Tombstone. Being a fine figure, I got the 3-0 Iron and came with plenty of accessories. Is that 3-0 Iron Man or Iron like a totally different character? G-Brew, I don't really have a favorite toy line, I guess. I buy the most Legends, but that's because my favorite thing is X-Men. I don't tend to keep the figures that don't move the way I want them to. Yeah. I'm so with you. I need to because I keep the figures that I don't like in the back. Like, stay there and think about what you've done. Ironic Bionic, a cool accessory pack of super action stuff. Game On arcade kit. Got one for my birthday. Well, if your birthday was recently, happy birthday. Hope it was fun. It was Iron Man. Okay, thank you. Only wish it had different head accessories. So it just came with one. It's no fun. Dark Knight 297. Jeff, what's good? Good, man. How are you? I missed Thursday night show. Got me some figs from the X-Men 97 line. Which one? And my Marvel Legend Classic Ant-Man and Wasp 2-pack came in quick, too. That was the craziest thing. I was like, what? What do you mean it's shipping already? Hollywood. Got Angel yesterday, 5 stars. That may, in fact, do it for me in Legends. Well, congratulations on a good Marvel Legends collecting run. We, the Marvel Legend collecting community, salute you. And where are you going to now with your collection needs? Jamelin, that's an awesome bone throne. It's great. We could also go nicely with Skeletor the Phantom. That is, if it wasn't on a scale for those figures, I think for Skeletor, he would work fine because Shao Kahn is kind of thick, and I have my Masters of the Universe figures just outside the door. But I think those classics, he would probably fit in this throne well enough because it's you can see here. I was trying to see if there's another sort of kind of Motu figure line that I could show you how he looked in there. But I think the classics or even the new Eternia, since they're right on the 7-inch scale, would fit in pretty well with those. Ryan, classified grunts loadout is pretty great. Realistic machine gun or cartoon laser rifle. Robert Graves head or steel core helmet for troop building. So many options for such a simple figure. And don't forget when Target had that pricing mishap, it was available for $11.49. Could not beat that. Snowgler, I'm hoping Hasbro slips in a retro Snake Eyes version too. Me too. The first retro is nearly perfect, but I want that night helmet. Yeah, I mean that whole. I wouldn't mind if they gave him instead of black, maybe the midnight blue, deep purple. You know, Perfect Strangers version of Snake Eyes. I would like that version for the cartoon. I could buy a few more of those Snake Eyes figures in that look. JT Yoda, have you picked up the Plastic Man Build a Figure? The alternate head and arms are fun. No, no, I'm gonna figure purchasing hiatus for a bit, but he does look cool, and that whole wave is really good, except for that weird and whack Batman. But yeah, the Plastic Man gear is really fun. Speaking of Plastic Man, he should be on that list too for the DC Classics figure. The King with the spring bottom. That was fun. The arms, I wish they were painted properly. They're stretchy. He had the neck extension piece. He has the racquetball hand piece. He was a lot of fun. And he's one that I swap out how he's displayed every time I go into that section of my DC collection. Dark Knight, still recovering from X-Men 97 episode 5. Such a great show. It is. Marvel fan, I think we're getting for wave 3 of X-Men 97, and might be Forge, Cable Beast, Jubilee, Sunspot. But 2 of him powers on and off. Also maybe Sinister. And probably do that because it's mostly reuse. Ironic Bionic, if any was in the Dungeons and Dragons, the Displaced Beast is $18 and Xanathar is $21 on Hasbro Pulse Outlet. Jubilee, if they do 97 Jubilee, I hope they fix that weird, huge ball joint going into the head and make the neck less gappy. I would love for them to do a better scale, shorter version of Jubilee, who's not eye to eye with Wolverine. And they can use that X-Men 97 Wolverine as their guide and make her half as tall. That would be great. Because I don't like Jubilee being so nearly eye level with all the rest of the X-Men. What's up, Afton? How are you? Vin Doom. Jeff, have you ever ordered from Ringside Collectibles, and how was it? Yeah, I order for them from pretty often. I mean, I shouldn't say pretty often. I at least get like 2 or 3 things from them a year, and I don't have any problem with them. They're great customer service. When they say it's going to ship, it ships. They don't have any wacky, oh, this is on delay now. It's a pretty straight up operation. They're really solid in terms of all that good stuff, but yeah, excuse me, you can trust them as a retailer. Good stuff with them. 80s kid, dang, that select cap looks awesome. He does. I thought they did a really nice job with him. Jalen, I think they showed a separate torso to show improvements from their thank you. That makes sense. Andre Montalongo says Marvel Legends has Lab Sentinel came with best accessories. You better. But for real, that that Walgreens exclusive Jigsaw came with the best accessories. He came with a good loadout for gangster weapons. He did. It's such a fun figure too. Patrick, I would like them to make DC select action figures. Yeah, I don't know if Diamond would ever be able in a place to do that, but it'd be kind of interesting if they were to tackle those and put the Marvel figures on hold for a while. Ironic Bionic. I grabbed that McFarlane Power Suit Lex Luthor with the throne included for $5 a while back. That was a really nice deal. I didn't want another Luthor, but yeah, it was a really good price for that. Jamelin, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention classified snow jobs and snow serpents. Plus, I almost forgot about the Action Soldier and Sailor. Haven't opened them yet. Yeah, I have on my G.I. Joe list classified series Bat, of course. So many display options. I mean, you get the shot up face plate, the banged up face plate. I mean, the chest piece, all the gear. So much stuff with him. And then when you start factoring in other ones like the Arctic one, the Crimson one, really fun. I also put the Snow Serpent too because so much stuff there. Snow Job also made the cut. Put Lady J in there because she has swappable hair pieces. That was awesome. And the only one that you didn't mention, Quick Kick. And literally because he comes with frozen fudgies. Like that put that figure over the top for me. And that might be my favorite accessory like in the last year. So awesome. G-Brew, it was intentional. The Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers. They did a video back in ECW's heyday with Sabu, Taz, Benoit, Malenko, and Public Enemy to Perfect Strangers. I love that. That was a theme for the Triple Threat too. So that reference was not a coincidental one. That was a deep cut that only Deep Purple fans would catch. Ryan, we still got 12 more Retro Joes coming. Really? Okay, I think Snake Eyes version 2 is a pretty good candidate. Wow, that's a lot more retro card figures. Hopefully, my guy Flint will make the cut too. Andre, Jeffrey, what JoJo Classified do you need? What about that Walmart exclusive where Snake Eyes came with the White Wolf? The White Wolf. The store down the street from me has them in for $10. Good stack of them left. Oh, yeah. So my buddies were telling me that Ross has started to populate more figures again. And one of them was Snake Eyes and Timber. I guess that's the variant of both of them from that set. So that's cool. I'm where am I now? My Joes with the holes in my Joe collection. Airborne, Big Boa, Tripwire. I feel like I need to get him sooner. He's been lingering on Pulse for a while, and I don't want a chance he goes to clearance and gets sold out. This upcoming wave, which will probably get here by the time I'm finished with this podcast, the way they're moving them up. I think I'm good. I think. I haven't said that. I'll remember a few more. How are you doing on your classified collection? And Beltran, Marvel Legends will probably make Gambit in that white suit. Hope not. I'm not really a huge fan of specific moments being made in figure form when there are other characters from the show. Maybe they were to do that like an exclusive, like here's a San Diego Comic-Con X-Men 97 set. That would be okay, but I wouldn't want variants thrown into the X-Men 97 wave just yet. Jubilee is roughly 5'2", the average height of an East Asian woman. So you're saying a figure? Because she still looks too tall in my collection. 97 Punk Storm would be awesome. What's the difference between the one we have? Henry G. It's a great time to be a collector and a bad time to be a collector, right? So much good stuff. Hardcore collectors want it all. Seriously, they're bringing out the Pokemon in me. George, really hope X-Men 97 Morph should be on a smaller buck. I think the Vulcan body is too buffer. I hope so too, because he needs to be smaller. Because throwing him on that Vulcan mold would not work. Henry G, people that don't collect don't understand that warm feeling of joy us collectors get when we look at our collections. And it just makes you smile inside and out. Speaking of which, I can't wait for Inside Out 2 coming later this year. But yeah, man, it's just like a yes. Or that satisfaction when you go into the aisle and see it's here. I don't have to ask anyone in the back. I don't have to check to see if it's at another store. It's right here. I can go to the line and check out. It's awesome. Ironic Bionic. I'm a big Thor fan. Same. This almost passed me by. It's a V-Toys Game Reverse Thor. Cool alternate version of the Thunder God. V-Toys. Okay, check that out. 80s Kid says Flint and Cobra Commander are needed in retro. I mean, they kind of sort of did a retro Cobra Commander with the HasLab, and I don't know if they want to rush to get another one out. So all those people who are trying to sell their HasLab Cobra Commanders can feel good for a little bit longer. But yeah, Flint for sure. Hopefully we'll see him this year. Glenn Miller, Speedball should have gotten power effects and like 3 inches chopped off. He's way too tall. But yeah, he should have for sure. Or his cat at least. Ironic Bionic, yeah. Some kind of ricochet effect or a whole lot of kinetic balls. Right. Chibru, my dad's favorite band was Deep Purple from roughly 66 to 74. He saw him live when he was in the Navy. The opening act was this little band no one heard of from Boston named Aerosmith. Well, hopefully your dad learned to walk that way after hearing them play. After that show, Aerosmith became my dad's favorite band. My brother's taking it to their last Cleveland show in September. Nice. Tell him not to close his eyes, though. I don't want him to miss a thing. Now, guys, question. Did Storm Collectibles do a Chun-Li? Yes, they did. I wonder how expensive she is now. That's funny. I thought it was on Amazon. Let's see here. Amazon price for Storm Collectibles Chun-Li. I'm going to assume she's going to be expensive now. She's so expensive. Let's see. She's so expensive. I don't see her on Amazon. That's probably not a good sign. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to pay a lot of money for it because I don't see her immediately popping up. And she might have crossed that threshold where it's like, you've missed your chance. Now you're gonna really pay for her. So let's see here. On eBay, she's going for yeah, she's kind of expensive. And I assume that she's not gonna be a big bad toy store. She's $289. But let's see, $500, $650, $288. Sheesh. Yeesh. Yeah, he's $494. Gosh, she's not cheap at all. Yeah, I think in this case you're going to do much better just getting the Jada Toys version. Gosh, that's expensive. They did her in blue, pink, and black. Like our foundation member, blue is most expensive. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it because they're just sometimes they're too easy, and I have no self-control when it comes to stopping bad puns or big puns. This one, this Alfred figure from the DC Multiverse line was another really, really good figure. Came with 4 different head sculpts and came with one from Michael Gough from the Batman Tim Burton movies. I guess he was in all of them, right? And then we had one from the actor who played him in the 1966 Batman show. And then we had the outsider version from New 52 Ray figure. I mean, there's so many different options you can put him with. So it was good stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of money. But I mean, this is why it's great that there's a line like Jada Toys where we can get her for $22.99. That's perfect. And I don't feel like if you've missed out on the Storm Collectibles Chun-Li, you're going to regret getting that Jada Toys one because, I mean, she just has a little bit more accessories and is larger scale, but there's so many you could buy without needing to do that. Caleb Brown says they did. I had the blue one. They did 3 versions of Chun-Li. Now, I know they did like the muscular thigh dress version, the classic version. What was the third one? Doc Avenger, you think Jada Toy is going to get that Mortal Kombat license? I hope so. I mean, someone needs to. And if they don't, it's going to be really disappointing because they're already doing great stuff with their Street Fighter line. So if they were to do similar scale, compatible Mortal Kombat figures, that would be awesome. So I really hope so. Cheaper, my dad got into Aerosmith in 74, a year before Walk This Way was released. Nice. Patrick, Diamond Select made a nice She-Hulk figure, and I had to get one. So I did 15 years later. Oh, yeah, that was a nice figure. All right, let me see. Is there anybody else on this list that I wanted to say? Cheaper, I guess you could say my dad's crazy for Aerosmith because he found him amazing. I see. Puns are fun. Let me see if I have this figure because I want to show this one off because I thought they did a great job with this one too. And he was fun, just like another one that I'm going to show. There we go. We can spell. All right. So here he is. This one was a really cool figure. Great additions on this thing. The Marvel Legends Chameleon figure. I love any kind of 2-in-1 figure. So I'm a big fan of what Mattel is doing with their figures. But this guy was really great because it made perfect use of his whole gimmick, his shtick, and got him with his brother. My brother. And here are all of his accessories if I could get to them finally, eventually. So he's got a J. Jonah Jameson head. That's awesome. This is the best one for a long time. His only option till we got that dedicated one. Then they gave us a hammerhead head. That's cool. Hammerhead head sculpt. And one more? No, it's just those two. But it came with a Tommy gun, a sci-fi gun, and a pistol. I mean, and the Build-A-Figure arm for the Rhino. So he was really cool. Great stuff on him. And let's see what else y'all are saying here. Jamon, man, I was never able to find that offer. I wanted him so bad. However, I was able to complete my Killer Croc. Is that figure really expensive? Never even. You know when you get something and you just stop looking to see how expensive it is? I would imagine he would be not cheap just because of all the good uses. Whew, you could put him through. So to answer that question, he is most decidedly not cheap. He's basically Storm Collectibles price. And you can see all the different head sculpts. I mean, it's so cool they threw all those in there. And he's got a little cowl for Batman as well. And that Killer Croc was an awesome Build-A-Figure. They deserve a bow for him and Clayface. They did really great Build-A-Figures right before they're shutting everything down. Henry G. Yes, Storm Collectibles was in the same category as Mezco. Great accessories, but for the price point, excuse me, it is expected. I was all over Storm those first few years. Yeah, I mean, they're awesome with what they throw in there for us. G-Brew, my dad always has the absolute worst puns, so anytime I make a pun around him, I try to make it so bad that even he groans. I have one that my buddy sent. It was really awesome. Can't find it. Laura, Storm Collectibles Chun-Li version 1, Blue Classic version 2, Pink Player 2, version 3, Black Dress. Okay, thanks. Green Man, Storm Collectibles is going to lose the license for Street Fighter before they release a Street Fighter 2 Chun-Li at this rate. They better not, because they still have a few more they need to do, and if they don't, it's going to be like a CM Punk style riot. And another Marvel Legend figure that I thought had really great accessories and was really cool on that front was, I have to make sure I put the name in properly to load up. Otherwise, I'm going to be really confused when I'm trying to show you guys this. There you go. Well, this is easy enough. And I talk about this all the time. It's a great example about what Hasbro did. And it is the Marvel Legends Danny Moonstar her pack figure. She came with really useful, really helpful accessories. You can see them here. Got the Karma head sculpt and with gesturing hands just to use for her, really. And then a Rain Wolfsbane head sculpt, which depending on how she fits, it's probably going to be the head sculpt I use for the X Factor version. Came with separate hands too. So that was really, really well done and such a cool way to knock out 3 figures because it encouraged you to army build. Hey, I've got one And they really made it worthwhile grabbing two other ones so you could have sort of kind of a New Mutants army. At least you could have 4 or 5 of them. So here you go. We got Ilyana, Warlock, Karma, Danny Moonstar, and Rain taking out Juggernaut. Who's going to win? But anyway, I just thought this was a really great way to do something. And I wish they would do that to finish up the team. But yeah, that was really cool. G. Bruce says, I become spoiled by Cyclops figures coming with optic blast effects. Every Cyclops should come with an optic blasting head, one with a little wisp of energy trailing up from visor and powered down. I agree. All the best Cyclops figures have great options. Oh, and I definitely have to, I wrote this one down, so I have to make sure I mention it. This is probably my favorite um accessory setup with anything in my collection because it's so incredibly well thought out, well designed, and all that fun stuff. And I'm talking, of course, about the Black Series Hoth Trooper. This figure is so well designed because it was like, hey, we've got you covered with all kinds of accessory options. So we've got the, you see the goggles, they come up and down. They've got a scarf piece that goes up and on my headset. And so you can do this. You can put this, you got the goggles up, down, scarf. You've got 2 different guns, so you can really maximize the army building potential of this setup here. And I just thought that was so clever, so smart. And you can do all kinds of different looks with these guys as a result. And they even made it so the backpack opens, so you can put the extra face plate there. And you don't have to worry about losing any accessories. And just so many display options you can do just from having a different head, a faceplate. So very cool, really well done. Henry G says, just reminding me we need a Douglock figure. Heck, some better New Mutants. Take a box set. I think that'd be a really fun and easy way to get them. G Brew, I have 2 Danny Moonstar figs, so I have a Danny and Karma. Ray never wore that costume. I saw some in a con yesterday in box. $50, which fair, great figure. Will we ever get a new Red Hulk? I'm sure we will, probably around the time of Captain America. George, I would go for an updated X Factor Cyclops. Maybe Hasbro should do a classic X Factor 5-pack. Well, we got an Angel mold now, so that seems possible. Henry Job bought a case of that offer. Dude, it was such a great deal. I mean, it was like, oh man, I could put the scarf up, scarf down. I mean, there were so many ways you could display that. I really wish they had incorporated that same kind of setup with the indoor trooper because I got 2 and it's like, well, that's really all I can do. But yeah, I would have loved them to have done more because I would have army built a whole lot more of those guys. Lar A, that's probably one of the reasons why Jada Toys comes out with things like Fei Long, DJ, Doll seems so early. Storm Collectibles had the license for about a decade, but still incomplete. And Jada will finish all in 3 years. Yeah. G Brew, give me all the New Mutants. Give me all of Danny Moonstar and Magic's various looks. Even if I don't recognize them, I'll buy them. Jamlin, the Hoth Trooper was really well done. My only complaint about him and the Indoor Trooper, the lack of any darker complexion heads. Then again, I guess that is movie accurate. Yeah, I don't remember. Well, excuse me. In Return of the Jedi, there were definitely some different hues represented with that indoor assault force. But yeah, I don't know if there were anybody. I think all the darker hue characters were like, nah, we're not going to Hoth. We're going to go to the other base where the sun is out. So maybe that's what happened. It would be cool to have some classic Hydra foot soldiers. Yeah, I'd buy them. All right, so that was that part. Now, to the other part, real quick, part of this show. To find where I posted this. There we go. All right. Oops. There we go. Tomorrow, Marvel Legends live stream, not a tongue twister at all, is tomorrow at 11. Very excited about this, as I always am, for any Marvel Legends or any JoJo Classified Series reveal. So here we go. Dan Yoon, good friend of the community, said The usual setting of expectations post. Tomorrow, join our Hasbro Marvel Legends stream. It will not be a crazy amount in quantity, but hopefully crazy in quality. Typically, MCU stuff are not first revealed via our fan stream. I don't know what DY is, but anyway, it's only April. Your support is always appreciated. I think, being a great detective that I am, an internet sleuth, it means we're not going to see any MCU figures tomorrow, which is great. More comic stuff. Let's keep it coming because there's only so much time before Deadpool and Logan or Wolverine figures flood the market. So, what figures, preferably and most likely on the comic book front, do you want to see tomorrow that would make that stream so fantastic? What a great quality reveal. Keep in mind, we're not going to see like probably a full wave. Maybe it's going to be like 3 or 4 figures. Maybe it's April. Maybe we'll start to get a sniff, a whiff of a tease of the HasLab. But what figures, keep it under 5, that you would like to see tomorrow in the Marvel Legends live stream? See you, Henry G. VHS Spider-Man. Don't worry. Thank you. Chibru, Rachel Summers. That would be a really good figure to get in there because she would complete Excalibur, a team that's 1 member short. Maybe Farrell. That way we could knock out 2 teams. Harry Leland finished off the Hellfire Club. So that would be great to do. Knock out those characters, those teams. Yeah, I'm not mad to see Rachel. And depending on the look, she could work with the 80s, late 80s team, the John Romita Jr. squad. Afton Child wants to see Yellow Jacket. I would love to see Yellow Jacket. I wonder, since we just got this drop from Giant Man and Wasp, if they're going to hold off on more Hank Pym figures just for a little bit, since, you know, we've also got the HasLab Giant Man coming. I figure we'll see a Yellow Jacket figure closer to the reveal of the HasLab Giant Man, when and if that happens. Triathlon. All right, 80s kid. I'd like to see him too. Dark Knight 297, Power Man and Iron Fist 2-pack, and Power Man in blue trunks or blue pants this time. That would be really cool. So yeah, what I want to see is, as always, until they reveal him, then I can buy him and have him on my shelf, the green and yellow Banshee to complete my all new, all different X-Men squad. In terms of other stuff, maybe a Jean Grey Marvel Girl or Jean Grey and Beast X Factor version 2 costumes. Make it a 2-pack. I'll shut up about the need for more X Factor figures. Maybe. So get those. What else would be really good to see? Another Villains 2-pack, Wizard and Trapster. Get some version of the Frightful Four done and knocked out. Let's see. Who all y'all seeing? Curtis Joyce. What's going on? Airwalker would make me a very happy individual. Airwalker would make for a fun figure too. Blob from X-Men 97. Yeah. Blob from X-Men 97 or Hulkbuster Iron Man. All right, George, that would be fun. 80s Iron Patriot. He's rumored to be coming, so hopefully we will see him. Snake Eyes says Jack of Hearts. That'd be fun too. Doc Avenger, Baron Mordo, Wizard, Paste Pot Pete. Right there with you. Classic Adam Warlock, Mad Thinker, Awesome Android, Bath, Strange Tales with Fing Fang Foom, HasLab. It's April. I'm wondering when we're going to start to see our next Hasbro HasLab and when G.I. Joe is going to come. I guess we just got our Transformers one. When the Star Wars is going to be shown. Oh, I think they did tease. We'll see them show theirs around May the 4th. Jamelin, I'd love to get Farrell. And personally, I'd like a newer re-release of Shatterstar. He's expensive to get nowadays. 80s kid, modern orange, yellow, and dark blue Wolverine. Then Doom, a Celestials 12-inch figure. Let's see a 12-inch Goliath while we're at it. Or Black Goliath. That way we can mix it up and introduce fully articulated 12-inch figures in the mix. Thank you, G-Brew. Deathbird. I think he meant Glob Herman because I'm pretty sure he's in episode 5 of Genosha. I like a Pixie and Gen X Emma. Thank you for the clarification. I appreciate it. I don't remember all those characters, but yeah, I do remember seeing him heavily featured. And that was like, pay attention. I was like, oh no. 12-inch Yellow Jacket says Afton. All right. It's cool. What else would you guys like to see? Because I feel like if I can get Banshee, Jean, and Beast, and X Factor, Wizard, Pace Pop Pete / Trapster, I'm good. But if I can get some more teams completed, Leland to knock out the Hellfire Club, Silhouette, actual Marvel Boy, Namorita for the new Warriors, that would be really good. I would really love to see them debut another box set. I think that would be helpful. Maybe they do another X-Men villain set where we get 5, so we can get another Marauder, Nasty Boy, a Mutant Liberation Force member, Freedom Force, whatever, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, somebody in those teams represented. That would be a fun way to get another team or just add it on or whatever, but that would be cool. 80s Kid, 97 Beast. What would be different from the ones we have? Northern Nomad, what's going on, my friend? They'll probably show some new figures from the X-Men 97 wave. Maybe so. G-Brew, just hook me up with X-Men figures, Hasbro. Northern Nomad, caught up on X-Men 97, episode 5, cuts deep. Yeah. Dark 1997, blue suit Wolverine, brown suit Wolverine on X-Men 97, pinless Wolvie Buck. I feel like that would be something they should do. Dark Avenger, I would like them to do something with their Ion line, Stranger, Eternity, Black Goliath, Atlas. Atlas would be another one. So I'd like to see Atlas or Fixer or what do they call him? Techno and Meteorite to get some more Thunderbolts added to the team. Curtis Joyce, I'm with you. Comic Atuma is way overdue. Devin Bernard, what's up? Want to complete my OG Thunderbolts? Exactly. George, maybe some Morlocks. Which Morlocks would you like to see? Just random, indiscriminate Morlocks or characters that you can recognize easily as Morlocks? Sunder, Caliban, maybe. Leech. I guess you could throw in Artie, even though he's not really a member of the Morlocks. So yeah, we'll see. You can pretty much guarantee and expect that I'll be doing a reaction video to the reveals tomorrow, probably soonish afterwards, and all that good stuff. So we'll see. Jeeber going forward, I like them to do all 20th Century Logans with the animated series Wolverine claws. They're the absolute best Legends classic claws. Nice. Ryan, Marvel Legends Wishlist, classic Falcon, yes. Beast on a smaller buck like George Perez drew him, not Jim Lee. Classic Adam Warlock. Those would be great. After Child says Hasbro should just bring back the 12-inch figures because there are a lot of characters that need to have a 12-inch figure. I agree. Jibru, an uglier, more flat-chested Callisto figure would be nice. You're asking for Hasbro to make a more flat-chested female figure? Done. They got you covered. Laurie, I know you're against 97 variants so early, but Gambit on the cycle with that white suit and scarf is a definite buy. I mean, I'm not so much against it as I'm like, as a special. And you're saying throw him on a cycle, so that would be a deluxe deal. I just wouldn't want him taking space for other characters that have shown up on the show before. But if you throw him in with the cycle and Rogue and the dress, then I think that's fine. Do it that way. Chamberlain, Artie and Leech can make a nice 2-pack, $30. I hope it's not that much, but you're probably right. That's probably what they would charge for it. Trunks Hulk, yes. Complete my Avengers #1 squad. X Factor Ward, boom, boom. I liked her. And Skids while we're at it. And Rusty. Doc Avengers for box sets. Shi'ar Imperial Guards, yes. Serpent Society, Circus of Crime, Battle Damage Spider-Man with Mr. Big, Alien Forces. I would be all about those. Vin Doom, maybe even a Power Pack 2-pack. They got to do a 4-pack with Power Pack. I mean, there's no need to mess around with them. We've got them. Let's make it happen. Get all of them. DW, don't worry. Thank you, Ryan. G-Brew, Mass Thunder, etc. with the Marauders for the Mutant Massacre. Gotta do it. I feel like there's no way they could possibly do that, but then after this last week, it would be possible. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. A special Sunday edition of Lyle's Figure Files. It's a lot of fun. Seems like we had a good response. So I guess I'll do this again next Sunday. And I'll be back on tomorrow talking about these Marvel Legend reveals. Then we'll be back on Wednesday. We're gonna go see a screening of Abigail. So Chief, Jace, and I will be back on Tuesday for a special version of Lyle's Movie Files. Then on Thursday, I'll be back for another regular edition of Lyle's Figure Files live. Let's see, before I go, let's see what else everybody's saying. Masters of Evil, yes. We need a deluxe Man Spider for the Spider-Man Retro Wave. I'd buy that. Rogue and Address, I think he revealed the possibility of a new Lovers Triangle 3-pack, this time with Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit. Maybe so. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Happy Sunday. Enjoy these last few hours of freedom before starting a brand new week. Hopefully, it'll be an awesome one. I'll see you tomorrow, breaking down whatever we get revealed from the Marvel Legends team. For now, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.